because, again, you have a guy in David Hood who went 9 minutes 34 seconds in his quarterfinal match and won with a tap out after a submission hold. He will go up against Richard Red Hurd, who took the shortest time of any of these matches in the quarterfinals. In 1 minute 4, he wins in a submission. So this ought to be a great match as we get our only semifinal match that will take place tonight in Tokyo, Japan, as the fighters get ready to now end the Tokyo Bay. As the fighters get ready to end the Tokyo Bay HK Hall here, where it is completely sold out with people, Japanese people, wanting to see this anything goes tournament. And the first guy to come into the arena tonight will be Richard Hurd. Again, he's 6'3", 230 pounds. He lasted 1 minute 4 seconds. He got the win by submission over his quarterfinal opponent. And that was Scott Groff, who was from Bahamas. So Richard Hurd certainly has his eyes on himself taking home the belt here from Tokyo, Japan in the World Valley Judo Championship. And this is a guy that I think is going to take it right away to David Hood.
Well, we'll have to see here. You know, Red looks pretty confident right now, and could work for him, could work against him. I don't like to underestimate anybody. It's a crazy business, this no-hold-bars fights, and anything could happen, so we'll have to see here, Ned.
Next into the ring will be David Hood. He is from the Boston, Massachusetts area, Lowell to be exact. 25 years old, so he's 4 years younger than Red Hurd. He's 5'11", so he's given up some height size, 200 pounds. He's also given up some weight because Red is 230 pounds. But the problem I see in this fight right now is the amount of energy that was expended in the quarterfinal match by David Hood. Remember, he went 9 minutes and 34 seconds, and John, that's got to be a disadvantage for him, the fact that he went much longer in this fight than Red did.
Oh, definitely. All the shots that he must have had, he's hurting, I'm sure.
And of course, they've had some time to rest, but when you've expended that kind of energy, Joe, I've got to believe that's got to be something in the back of his mind of the fact that he knows that Red only went over a minute long.
And also just the pressure of moving into the next round. There's so much pressure here. Every time you move on one step, it's like another 50-pound plate on the weight bench.
All right, let's get this bout underway with the official ring announcer, Charlie Anzalone.
As we continue the semifinals of the World Valley Judo Championships, one of these two fighters will advance to the finals against Fred the Mangler Floyd. First I have, out of the blue corner, wearing black trunks, he's a Greco-Roman wrestler and freestyle fighter. He is undefeated in freestyle competition. Once again from Ontario, California, Big Richard Red Hurd. And his opponent vying for a spot in the finals of tonight's World Valley Judo Championships. He is a practitioner, a black belt in the art of Jeet Kune Do. He has a freestyle fight challenge record of 72 wins against 1 defeat at 200 pounds from Boston, Massachusetts, David, the Boston Strangler Hood.
All right, both these fighters know that they are now one victory away from advancing to face Fred Floyd. You got to wonder what's on their mind as Richard goes right to it. His first fight lasted 1 minute 4 seconds in this World Valley Judo Championship, looking to try to end this one almost as quickly as he's got David in a leg hold. David comes back trying to strike with his leg as well. He now has mounted Red Hurd. He has Hurd on his back, starting to wail away at his side. And Joe, it looks like right now that this is anyone's fight at this point.
That's right. If you look at Red's mouth, he's got some blood coming out of his mouth. So David connected with that strike. He's in Red's guard. We'll see what Red can do here now.
All right, Red working from underneath, and we've already seen earlier in the World Valley Judo Championship that even in David's situation, that being on the bottom was an advantage.
Exactly. I guess you have more leverage being flat out on your back.
So Richard Hurd trying to work something on David Hood. Hood trying to counter whatever Red's going to come back with. Red starting to wail away at his back, trying to look for an opening to where he can get a shot in with his fist, trying to soften up his opponent. And again, this is a point where it's a chess match. Each guy looking for the opportunity to sink something, to get in a submission or to get a knockout, Joe.
Well, that's right. Right now, David's going to try to pass Red's guard. Red doesn't seem to have the guard closed. He seems to have it open. And David's throwing a few hard strikes in at Red. We'll see if Red can hang in there.
Red now taking some strikes. He has got some blood coming out of his face. So apparently David Hood has done some damage, although his first fight, keep in mind, did go 9 minutes 34 seconds, and he has already opened up a cut on Red's face.
And you can also see that the level already went up in the second round, because these guys are not wasting any energy. You know, they're waiting for the good opening, then boom.
Again, definitely quiet here in the Tokyo Bay HK Hall as these Japanese fans looking on and trying to see some of the strategies that are being developed inside the ring.
Right, David has to watch out right now because it's possible that Red could get him in an armbar. David has to keep his arms in tight.
Red looking for the advantage. He would like to advance to the World Vale Tudo Championship match to face Fred Floyd. Get that prized belt, and of course the $20,000 that goes along with it. Richard Hurd trying to find some way to get an advantage. David Hood also trying to find his way around and try to get this match over with. And as both fighters trying to work their way, it's 2 minutes and 30 seconds into it. So that's the longest in my knowledge of Red Hurd that he's fought. So again, both of his matches that he's had have gone less than 2 minutes, and this one's now over 2 minutes and 30 seconds long. Both these fighters looking for the advantage. Now some striking. Red trying to find some kind of opening. David trying to find an opening. Red throwing some fist in there. David's trying to get him up against the rings. Now Red using the ring ropes. Both of these fighters trying to find some kind of advantage.
If David was smart right here, he'd try to drag Red back in. Red's trying to get himself out. I'd be dragging Red right back in. Red's trying to use his liability. Good shots by David.
David with some strikes. Red holding on, trying to keep him close so that those strikes do not have much force behind them. Now the fighters are going outside the ring. That will mean they will bring them back in, and instead of Red being on the bottom, now both fighters will start their fight from a standing position. This bout is already 3.5 minutes long. Red quickly taking a towel to the face to wipe off some of the blood that is accumulated from the striking from David Hood. Hood taking his time getting back into the ring. He rolls under the mat. Now the referee checking the cut, seeing that it's okay. It's time for the fight to continue. David a little slow and trying to find his balance. Taking his time. Referee saying put the mouthpiece in. Let's get back to fighting. Red now sizing him up. David sizing him up. Both fighters trying to go with the striking, the boxing type position, trying to find the best leverage. Now Red trying to take David to the mat. Now it is again. Richard is on top, trying to find some kind of submission hold, looking for the leg lock, trying to get a leg lock, which would be a submission hold. Am I right? The leg bar?
That's right. David's got to get up here now.
Both these guys,
he got him.
Out.
He got him with the leg lock.
David Hood very upset that Richard had found a way to submit them. Again, Richard used everything I said he would. Anything goes. If it means you're at a disadvantage, you slide outside, put it back up again. That's part of what this is all about. It may look like it's cheap, but that counts. That's not a fault. That's something you have to use in these types of fights.
Well, it's pretty funny, Ned, because when you look at Red Hurd, he looks like he caught the worst of that fight, but David couldn't take the leg lock, but Red Hurd took a beating in that one, so you have to give the little guy some credit. He took the fight to Goliath here.
Red Hurd, who advances to the championship in 4 minutes, 26 seconds. Red Hurd is the champion of this semifinal bout against David Hood. And again, that's what it's all about. As we go to our ring announcer, Charlie Anzalone.
The winner of the bout and advancing to the finals in the World Vale Tudo Championships, he will meet Fred the Mangler Floyd. Put your hands together for Richard Red Hurd. And that's your
Richard certainly has his head cut open by David Hood. Certainly worked him over pretty well. David Hood may have been the loser in this fight.